the shop, but look nigga duck. I'm on the block like who did what. If I knock a bitch, I let it bust. Don't speak with my gang, cause we ain't get touched like. And niggas be choking on Roscoe, but bro steady let shots go. Spinning fours and I spot me in Vato. Matter of fact, they gon' chop on.
I'm gonna be showing you guys how to make your perfect build in practical basketball. Alright, so there are 3 things you want to look for when making your build. 1 is your playstyle, 2 is your stats, and 3 is your badges, right? So you don't want to build, obviously, you don't want to center if you play like a point guard, because that's not realistic, right? You want to choose your playstyle. And then apart from that, you want to make sure your stats and your badges align with your build so you're not wasting stats or you're not missing out on stats. Now look, I'm gonna show you. Let's say I want to make the perfect lockdown ISO, the perfect slashing lockdown, for example, right? I know for a slasher, you're most likely gonna go small forward. Small forwards do it all, right? So I'm gonna go a small forward. I want to be able to dribble a little bit, so I might go lower wingspan, for example. So look, a 6'7", or I can even go a 6'8" with the 6'8" wingspan. Look at that. I get ball handle, I get drive and dunk, I get shooting, defense, all of that, right? So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a 6'8" small forward with a 6'8" wingspan. Weight, probably gonna go lower weight because I want to be faster, so I know that, right? Anomaly, not gonna choose any because I want to be a defender, so I'm not gonna choose playmaking or shooting because that's gonna bring my defense and my finishing down. Body type, same thing. I am going to choose a body type that matches the build I want to make. So I know I want a high perimeter, so I'm probably just gonna go slim here, and boom. So look, now I got this, right? Let's say I start doing this, right? Max on my 3, max on my moving shot. Just like this, you could tell. Look at these badges I get, right? But look, if I bring my midi down, you see how my badges aren't going down? So if I go to 87, this is when I get this mid-range maestro badge, right? That adds 2 more badge points to my points. I'm going to basically min-max my build to these stats. So right here, 85 3-pointer, I get nothing for it. So I'm gonna go to an 83 because that's when I get that tunnel vision, I believe. Yeah, tunnel vision and corner spot up on gold. So that gives me more badges. And I'm not gonna go higher 3 if I don't need it. Same thing with my moving shot. Moving shot, let's see. Look at this. All I need is a 75 moving shot for this badge. So why would I go 83 and waste those badge points, right? Free throw, bring it down. Next up, my ball handle. We're gonna go 83. Look, if I go 83, you see how I get these badges? If I go down, those badges stay until I get an 82. So I'm gonna go at 82. Before you do that, actually, you usually want to put up your speed and acceleration, and your stamina, because it does change your badge count. All right, but look, let's see. Look, see, no badges change for my mid range, nothing for my 3 balls, so those are fine. Same thing with moving shot, nothing changes, so we're gonna go back down. Ball handle, you see how many badges I just got? So look, 83, go down 82.
Oh yeah.
All right, so at 81 or 82 is when I get the most badges, right? So I'm gonna leave it at 81, 82. Lateral speed, perimeter, interior, block. I'm gonna go max out all of these, right? But this is what I'm gonna do. Let's put up my strength 2. Vertical, because vertical obviously matters for my defense badges. But look, I'm basically gonna go my vertical until I see I'm gonna lose badges. So at 79 or 80, what is it, 81? And so at 81, I get the most badges I can with my vertical. So I'm gonna leave that there for now, right? Lateral speed. See how I'm losing badges? I'm gonna go up until I don't lose any badges. So 87 is the threshold I need for that navigator on diamond. So I'm gonna put 87. Perimeter. If I go down 1, I lose relentless lockdown. So I'm gonna keep this here. Interior. Interior is one of those stats where you don't really need that high to get badges. I'm pretty sure 89 is the cap. But for me here on this build, 78. Right? If I go past 78, no more badges. Strength. Depends on what you want. Iron screens, I don't really need that on silver. And you see I only lose 1 badge. So I'm just gonna keep going down. Alright, so right here. 69 strength is all I need. Vertical, you see, doesn't go up or anything. I'm gonna leave it 81 for now. Acceleration, same thing. Acceleration and speed, you usually want it at the highest you can, but as you see, if I bring down my speed from an 88, I lose a badge here, so you don't want to do that anyways. Stamina, usually it's around 90 that you want to have it for badges, but for now we're gonna leave it like that. Finishing, we obviously want some layup and you want some dunk, but we're gonna max out that dunk first, right? Vertical is where our dunk matters. This is for our dunk and layups. So look, 94 vertical. Let's bring some of these stats down. Obviously, we don't need our stamina that high, like I said before. We're gonna go 92 stamina. Vertical, you see, if I max out 99, right, I get all these stats. But look, you don't need 99. We're gonna go down until you see I lose a badge. So at 94, I lose a badge, so we're gonna go back up to 95. Now we have that. And boom. So now we have that maxed out, right? We're gonna go up on our layup a little bit because as a slasher, you still want to have some layup. I can't go up anymore because my build is maxed, but right here, 81 is where I lose, where I get these badges. Get 3 badges here, so we're gonna keep that. And here's the build. So look, now I got basically everything I want. Well, I got my defense, got my ball handle, shooting, finishing. Only thing I don't have on this build, honestly, is pass hack. Don't really need pass hack because this is gonna be mostly a ones build. Even if it is for 2s and 3s, you're a locked on shooter. So you're gonna be spotting up, you're gonna be playing defense, or you're gonna have the ball and score. And then for your takeover, you're gonna choose basically off of what matches your build, right? So increase all physical stats. You could do unleash, rim rocker, finishing lob attempts, increase posterizer chance, and player catch succession on lobs. I never really play with people that throw lobs. If you want to throw self oops, this might be a good takeover. In my opinion, resolve or knockdown shooter or highlight reel was probably the best. For this build, I'm gonna go highlight reel because blow by succession, drive and dunk percentages, and increase posterizer chance. Best thing you could probably have. And right here, a build with 2-way slashing creator, right? And then as you guys saw before, if I go back here, we get 133 badges. You want to make sure you have at least 115 badges here. If you have lower than that, the build is garbage. I'm sorry. If you have lower than that, your build is garbage. Oh, that's a small forward example. Now for the rest of these examples, I'm going to just show you how I would, let's say, make a center and how to make a point guard. So first we're going to start with the point guard, and I'm just going to speed up the footage so you guys don't have to watch through all that. But you guys got the gist of it, and hopefully you guys enjoyed so far the tips, and then just watch the other builds. Alright, so look, it's maxed out build. This point guard, get 132 badges. Great shooter, great playmaker, some pretty decent defense. On a guard, I'm definitely gonna go either smooth operator or I'm gonna go knockdown shooter. Probably gonna go knockdown shooter on this. And look, I made an unorthodox point. Alright, the next and last build is gonna be the center. Too much, honestly. I'll probably keep lowering this, and then at 73 we can lower acceleration a little bit. Is that enough to get us up? Okay, so boom, 130 right there, the 130 badges. This is the build. Basically just a straight inside with a little bit of popping ability. Takeover, most likely want to go pin controller or diesel. Board hunter is pretty decent, but I'd say if you want to be straight like scoring, I say diesel. Diesel is probably the best one you could go for. Board hunter is decent if you just plan on going straight for rebounds, but I'd say diesel. Pin controller is more just for blocks and chase downs. Diesel definitely, and you're gonna get an unorthodox 5. But yeah, that's how to make your perfect build in practical basketball. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video.